It's always been really like hard for me to be like do or die. Either you're doing it and you're winning and you're at the front, or you're not racing. I'm not just gonna go to the World Cups at my age and be a 40th place dude. Like, I race to win, and I realize that maybe that doesn't happen for me at the World Cup, but I've always been like, this is my expectation. And every time I'm getting a podium, I'm learning more and more about myself as a racer, about the tools I need, how I can get this super amazing performance. Moving to Oliver Springs, having a home base I can call mine, having a place to enjoy my time away from the races, and having something that is like a building block to the pyramid to go forward in my career is awesome. I'm Dakotah Norton, and I reside in Clinton, Tennessee. It was a great idea. I'm gonna buy a camper and live in it while I renovate this house. And I go away all summer to race, so it'll be okay. I'll just have it done by the time I get back. Ah. Dun, 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 dun. The circus has come to town. The best is like when you're on the side of track walk and you have the dude doing your tile calling you what you want, and you're trying to explain it to them and they don't really speak English. And COVID has happened, so everything is booked out 90 days and everything's 6 times as expensive. Pick the best time to do it. There was definitely a lot of times it was very stressful, especially when, you're looking at every dollar you've saved and you're pouring it into it. And, there's definitely a lot of that Tennessee way of things look good from their house. You want everything to be perfect, and I'm living in this world of every detail and everything having to be perfect for downhill. And construction is definitely far from perfect. So now that things are getting a little bit more mellow, I really think that it's time for me to take the next step in my career and try to step up on the results list and try to be a competitor for a win. But yeah, didn't balance it super well because it was very stressful and a lot of work, but I'm very happy with what I have now. As much as I can, I try to ride it 3 days a week, 2 days a week, 3 days a week. I just love riding my dirt bike, man. It's the only hobby I have away from mountain bikes. And when you ride mountain bikes on the weekend, it doesn't always feel like you get a break from work. So if I can slide out after work and spin a few laps, get a few ruts going out back, or ride on a Saturday, it makes it feel like I get some time off from the day job.
Paying attention to the materials that exist in our life. Our life is full of all kinds of things which are spectacular, colorful.
Growing up riding moto, I actually wasn't as good with like the line choice and throttle control and technique that I am now. But the years of, looking at tracks and reading terrain, and I didn't even know I was preparing a skill set that I have in my toolbox today as a downhill racer. We were raised on two wheels and at a motocross track, primarily in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So I lived there until I graduated high school. There were no hills. Downhill wasn't even a thing I knew existed growing up as a kid, and just kind of rode dirt bikes and kind of rode the skate park all winter. And it was something I never really thought that would go any farther than just like strapping life jackets to a BMX bike and jumping it into the pond, trying to do backflips with my buddies. Just kind of had fun traveling around, riding different tracks, and that slowly led into me not wanting to spend my winters in Michigan. So I moved down to Lindsey Wilson College in Kentucky, just a couple hours north of where I live now, and spent 3 years there and started riding downhill bikes. I really enjoyed it. It felt like motocross to me. It was like the best of both worlds, and yeah, I fell in love with it. I would have never been where I was without people helping me. And I tried to always honor that with making the most out of every opportunity. And it just kind of kept going my way. And we definitely had some moments of defeat in the process, but ended up being competitive at a couple of nationals, qualifying for a couple World Cups. That year made a career for me. And even to this day, it's happened so fast. I go to a World Cup and I'm like, I don't even know how I'm there. Now I'm actually a bicycle guy. Forever, it was a lot of fear of would I ever be better than what I was? I was afraid to go to my first pro race, and I was afraid that I would never get another career podium. And I was afraid that maybe I wouldn't be able to make a job out of racing my bike. I've always been really good in the chaos to shut it off and race and perform. No matter what's going wrong, I don't have to have a perfect scenario to show up and give it my all. I just want to take a step back to enjoy what I have, reflect on what I've done, what's been successful, what hasn't, and get the tools in my toolbox and grow myself to be the person that's going to be competitive for wins in the future.
I got a letter this morning, boy. Hey, hey, honey.
We're in my backyard. It's Thursday night, and we got the boys over to ride some pit bikes. It's the most fun you can have. Small children's dirt bikes with all your buddies.
When the sun goes down, I couldn't read it for crying boy. Hey, hey, honey. I couldn't read it for crying boy. Hey, hey, honey.
So before I bought this place, I had a pit bike downtown, and we didn't really have any places to ride them. And kind of the only motivation behind having property was to be able to ride pit bikes at my house.
I got a gal in Georgia boy. Hey, honey. I got a gal in Georgia. I'm
Are you shooting me in 7,000 times slow-mo?
She's a long, tall, yellow gal. Hey, hey, honey. She's a long, tall, yellow gal. Hey, hey, honey. She's a long, tall, yellow gal. See you when the sun goes down.
I originally wanted a small pit bike track, and then, I've quickly grown into a monstrosity of a pit bike track. It's like I can ride my 450 on it as an arena cross track, so it's pretty big. I think that I'm really happy for what I have because I've built so much, and it's almost to the point now where it would be too much to maintain. As a kid, I was just making dirt bike tracks in the sandbox, and then I was making jumps in my backyard. And I'm still doing the same thing, I'm just playing in a sandbox. I want to show that you can have fun, and you can go really fast having fun. And I think we have a lot of fun here.